To build out your next generation infrastructure,
Yeah. It's just
You said it just doesn't move very much.
no, it's not a really easy price actually to trade. You can see it
No.
looks more weakness strong, but
You
entries are not
could
very well.
I mean, you can get into it and use 2150 as a stop. It's only 19 cents. And then if you're looking
All right, good morning, everyone. It's September 17, 2024, 10 in the morning. Yeah, woke up late today, but looking for some opportunity to trade here. So let's look at what SPY did. Right, good morning, everyone. It's All right, so SPY is a gap up by $1.74. Wow, we are an all-time high with SPY and had a pullback with that very strong resistance, 563. Not surprised. Pre-market low, 562. Pre-market high, 565. And I was looking at AMD. AMD looks like it was an inside bar at the open, reached the resistance at 153, and then had a pullback. So pullback at 150. After that pullback, encountered some support at 150.8, and then the 5 minutes looking good. So for AMD, I will try to start a long position here once we get to see the confirmation with the surge of buyers. SPY having a pullback, so we have to take that into consideration. There is a bunch of orders sitting at the bid, so there is a bit of a challenge because that's bearish. Once this one breaks to 151.6, we can soon enter this trade. So 151.6. Getting my orders ready. So entered long at AMD. Wow, that was quick. Added to my position with AMD. Surge of buyers steps in, and that one, we can see that in the tape. The tape just printed all greens, and we are now at 151.70, 78. Looking to add to this position. All right, what else is moving? BLTR found the support as well as NVIDIA. We are close to the VWAP here. There is a bunch of orders sitting at the ask column, so that's very bullish. I wanted to add to this position. There is a surge of buyers stepping in, so I would like to add at that break of that resistance, and we just did. All right, what else is moving? Surprisingly enough, SPY is just under the VWAP. Volume bar is declining when it's pushing up. AMD, let's see, volume bar at least is having some momentum. There is an order sitting right there, 151.70. It's bearish. So there is an order that went through 320,000 100,000 orders, and that's 151.91. They're pushing this one to 152. So now there's big orders sitting at 152, and this is gonna head there. Volume bar. Wow. So 52. All right, there you go. 52.01. We are at the VWAP. Some resistance at the VWAP that is expected. 51. Oh wow, SPY is surging up as well. So that's gonna help this trade. 52. We are encountering that resistance. Waiting for that resistance to be broken. 15 minutes looks strong. SPY is surging up. That's going to help this trade as well. Wow, that was a big seller that went through. So struggling here at 51.90. Doji, signs of indecision. 51.90, 85. That was a big rejection there. Took some partial there. I did not like how it dropped all of a sudden. Got paper handed there. It's actually a good place to add. Adding to that position. This one has a potential to break above the VWAP, above the moving average. SPY about to create a new high of the day and a new all-time high. If this one breaks that support, all right, support. Let's look at the 5 minutes. Yeah, a lot of moving average there. Wow, that's a big one. $151.72. See, support is being held at 51.65. That support is broken. Volume bar is dying when we're pushing down. Search of buyers came through. SPY just created a new all-time high. Big rejection, 51.91. Rejection with the SPY as well. After SPY touched a new time, an all-time high, then there was a rejection. Added to that position, starting to build up momentum here. 152 sitting at the ask, so that's very bullish. See, 5 minutes. 5 minutes is just under consolidation. The low risk here was with this first candlestick. The first sign of reversal was the best entry there. But I opened my computer almost 10. So we're just taking what the market is giving us. All right, so we are encountering that support. There's moving average there. There's VWAP there. $52. So All-time high with SPY. Let's see. Let's see the volume bar. Another doji here. SPY already created an all-time high. We're still stuck here in 151.87. It did touch that VWAP 52.04, 52. Volume bar is not there. That's why we are stuck in this consolidation. Wow. Big rejection there. Support here is 151.58. When we're pushing down, volume bar at least is not a lot. SPY just created an all-time high. That's amazing. Wow. Man, we're stuck in this range. That's a very strong resistance right there, because that in the 15 minutes as well had been a strong resistance there. All right, we're now building up lots of volume, lots of orders in the ask column. So 52 here. We're waiting for the stock to break 52. $51.9, struggling at 59.9188. 93, almost there. 97. All right, 96. 95. So we're slowly climbing up. This is gonna pop to 52 here. Boom, 52. All right, excellent. Another rejection at 52. Oh my gosh. All right, no follow through. No follow through. Still waiting. 94. At least now we are at the 90s, not anymore on that 88. All right, 52. No imbalance at the tape. No imbalance at level 2. SPY all-time high, 52. We need to have 52 as a support. There you go, perfect, 52. Come on, rejection again and 52. Wow. 51.88. That's a strong resistance there. Let's see. Yeah, that was a big volume there. Wow. There's the dump from the SPY. And SPY just dumped that. All right. SPY just had a big pullback. Big pullback being $1. So that support was respected. There was a huge volume bar that came through though. Big rejection there. How does our 5 minute looks like? 5 minutes. So this fluke right here, we look at SPY. That was the move. So was an influence of what SPY is doing too. So some bunch of algorithm. That's why sometimes I don't let that scare me. If you look at the SPY, what did SPY do? SPY just had that algorithmic move. Now, let's see if we have the momentum now to push to 152. 15 minutes looking very bullish. So 52, let's see, where's my pen? Where did it go? So at least we have that. But we do have that very strong ceiling right there, 52. Can't believe we are at all-time high with SPY. So big rejection again, 152. Let's see. If we break this support again, then we're out of this trade. Because that's going to be a second test for that support. 151.88, looking at the tape, 87.89. That's a big order that went through, 51.81. 390,000. We still need the volume. Volume bar is so tiny that we are stuck in this consolidation. But look at this red candlestick here. Volume bar is so tiny when it was selling or when it closed lower than the opening position. 152, another try here to 152. There you go. Oh my gosh. Another test of the VWAP. SPY. Perfect. All right, let's go. 52.05, 52. We are going to 52.10. There you go. Perfect. We have more room to move here now that we broke that resistance. Now the resistance is right here at the daily, 152.06. SPY. Wow. There you go. Excellent. All right. Take some partial. Okay. So now patience paid off because we waited for that. Took another partial. VWAP now is going to be the support. If it goes below VWAP, we're going to be all out of this trade. 151. We're holding 52 as a support here. All right, so all out. This can still has a potential, but Um, that's a big volume bar. That scared me a bit. So have to look for another trade. All-time high SPY. All right, let's look for another trade here. PLTR. PLTR looking interesting in the 5 minutes. PLTR had been having this S3 support. So first dab or first support at S3 and then it bounced up from that S3. So not a lot of volume bar though. SPY, let's look at the, oh shoot. So yeah, this is an example of not having a harmonious chart. 5 minutes looks fine. Looks like it has a potential for a bounce. Daily is weak. Daily still has a lot of room to go down. It's 34.53. So I'm not going to touch that. So let's go back to AMD here. So I would like to add to, or I would like to enter another position with AMD, but I would like to do that on a pullback. So I would like AMD to touch again 151.56 and I can start another position here. Let's see what else is there. Amazon having a pullback, Tesla as well. I need AMD to have a pullback so I can enter. Could have just hold my position. Meta falling like a rock. Oh boy. Here we go. All right, let's wait for a pullback. Pullback. All right, SPY is gonna have a pullback too. SPY all-time high and then now having that pullback. So with that, let's see who has the most potential for the biggest pullback. AMD here. $152 acted as a support. Man, did not give me the pullback that I was waiting for. Look at this volume bar. Momentum is there. Wow. Meta. Yeah, Meta is looking weak. Still waiting for a pullback for AMD so I can re-enter. Looking at the daily, this one AMD is actually looking weak. Let's look at Rivian, not a lot of volume. Tesla, pullback here as well. Oh my, look at this pullback to 233, 210. All right, AMD struggling here. ANTC. Mara trading a double top. Microsoft tested the support or the low of the day. Wow, that's a huge gap up there. Oh my gosh, AMD. Yeah, AMD should have been the one and done. We did make a reasonable profit with AMD, but it could have been a better trade. Oh my. That's the. Oof. So interesting enough, SPY is at all-time high. So yeah, I closed my position at AMD. Could have been a better trade, but we'll look for another one. Wow, look at this. The daily. My goodness. And of course it just run. All right, so we close our position with AMD. Initial entry 151.6. We were able to ride it all the way to 152.16. And now it's running. My gosh. Tesla 5 minutes. AMD still running. Meta struggling. Mara already moved from 15.8 to 16.4. Microsoft creating a 9 EMA. A bit pricey, but 5 minutes. So you have a nice gap up, pull back at the 9, and that 9, I like it if it's not, let's see, is this not an all-time high? It's so close to the VWAP, because with a 9 EMA play, you go long. Once it goes, or once it has that pullback at the 9 EMA, you go long, and initial first target is at the VWAP, which is so close to where your 9 EMA is that you're just going to end up paying the spread here. AMD. Very nice. SE. Not a lot of volume. Just got my attention just because of this huge drop. All right, AMD pull back here. What is that? All right, I am actually short bias now, AMD. Let's see, do we have enough volume to support it? So now that SPY is an all-time high, potential for a pullback. AMD is up by 55 cents. If SPY gets another leg down, another pullback, then I am shorting AMD just based on the daily. Still has potential. So what is the resistance here? 52.9. Still has a lot of momentum for this one to go up though. So just trying to see what else we can trade. 52.91, that is the high of that wick. Another rejection there. First red candlestick for the 5, we will short. $52.69. Let's look at the volume bar. not a lot of no, this is not the A plus setup because we are in the mid range. And it's 10:30. Struggling 52.62. There's a big order at 52.50. Very bearish. All right, I am preparing my order for a shorting AMD here. Stop loss is just that 52.91, just a small position. SPY also just in the 1 minute, looks like it's about to fall off. So this one, a little bit of some assumption here. It's not the A plus setup just because we are in the mid range. So stop loss is 52.91. So 52, yeah, just in this level right there, which we are about to get stop out. Let's see. See the surge of 52.91. SPY now about to fall over. This is what SPY is doing. So SPY about to go below the moving average. I'm about to add to my short position here if we break this moving average too. SPY is this. We just went below the 9, the 20. And AMD, we're waiting for AMD to fall off. Added to my short. All right, perfect. Added to my short. SPY having that pullback, we were anticipating that. All right, AMD here. Now AMD, we have to recognize that AMD is strong. So this one is just going to be a scalp trade, an in and out trade. SPY also just encountered a support at 565. So we have to consider that. So let's look at 5 minutes. 5 minutes here. So stop loss is that 52.91. We can go up to 52.95 for the stop. SPY found the support 565. Waiting for AMD to drop even more. If not, we'll be out of the trade. Because the daily looks weak. The daily actually looks, it was an inside bar. Yesterday was an inverted hammer. SPY found the support, so I don't like that. AMD is testing that moving average. Now there is order sitting now at the bid here, 52.40. So that's bearish. I don't like that the volume bar is not following the momentum. See the 5 minutes. Still have 2 more minutes before this candlestick closes. What else is moving? Mara just had a pullback too. All right, perfect. All right, covering some. So we did cover. Wow. Oh my gosh, so this is the drop that we were waiting for. Covering. And SPY is still dropping. So yeah. That, ooh. So our entry here is 52.53. We are now at very close to getting stop out. Stop loss now is at break even. SPY still has a potential for a drop. We just saw a drop from SPY, tested that VWAP, so drop, and that's what we were waiting for EMD as well, a drop. This is struggling at that moving average. All right, all out. But yeah, that was a good short. So now AMD, I honestly wouldn't know what it wants to do now. It was just struggling at that level, so I shorted it. This can still go down, but you do not have the edge to short it just because it already had that move. SPY just had that pullback. So yeah, I wouldn't touch AMD for now because this one can just go up as well. But we did AMD short and long. Okay, next. Mara already have a pullback. Meta still heading lower. AMD in the 5 minutes is looking very weak. Look at this one, it's struggling. All right, so here's the thing that you have to consider. 5 minutes looking weak, but the volume bar is not there yet. Oh my gosh. All right, so we are gonna adding to the short, starting a short position again. SPY just broke the VWAP. We are into this consolidation, as well as I'm gonna be adding to my position to the short. So shorting AMD here first, red candlestick here after that, 4 consecutive. SPY just broke the VWAP. Although we are losing momentum here for the push down, we need SPY to keep pushing down. So a big rejection happened at 152. There is a big order at 52.60. So that can easily just push to 152.60, which it just did. Five minutes here. SPY at the VWAP. Getting ready to get stop out. $52.91 stop lost. That was surge of orders that went through. They're pushing this to 53. All right, so I'm out of that position. Not ready yet for a short. This is gonna push up to 53. Come on, 53. There you go, 53. Looking to re-enter this if we find that strong resistance. Wow. So that's the reason why I needed to close my position. There were a bunch of orders sitting at the ask, and you can already see the momentum for this to push higher. So what I'm waiting for is what it'll do once it reaches this level, 53.56. All right. Look at that surge. So what happened here? Lots of short sellers came in. You get that stop loss right here. Stop loss, short sellers need to cover. And that's where the surge of buyers went in. All right, now next resistance, high of the day, 53.78. AMD now is up by $1.44. Resistance right there. Big volume bar came through. Re-entering short here with AMD. Resistance was encountered. That was a big volume bar. Stop loss is high of the day for AMD. All right, just shorting AMD here, 53.57. SPY struggling as well. There's still a bunch of orders at the ask. This can still test the high of the day, 53.78. So that can still happen. Waiting for AMD to push down even further. SPY testing, retesting, about to retest the high of the day again. And we are just waiting for AMD to give us that pullback. So AMD having a little bit of a pullback here, shorted it here. That was a very strong resistance that it encountered, 153.56. Now a lot of volume bar here still, waiting for a bigger drop. SPY still trying to maintain 565. Now a lot of volume bar here, so we still need momentum. So what I'm waiting for is SPY to have a pullback. But SPY also is very strong. So SPY can also just do another all-time high or just retouch the high of the day. 53.2. Yeah, this is struggling at 53.30. Bunch of orders here at 30. SPY is at the moving average. We are seeing orders 53.20. So orders 28, 28.37. I don't like that there is the imbalance to the ask. So that is a momentum for a long. Looking at the print, 53.25, so we're encountering that resistance. At the same time, 53.30 is acting now as a support. So 36 went through there. 40. Yeah, they're pushing this one to 50. 44. Volume bar is dying. And we're pushing up. getting ready to get stop out as well. Preparing my order for stop loss. $53.54, some prints there. Looks like this is heading to 53.60. How about SPY? Waiting for SPY for a pullback. Not happening yet. $53.60. All right, so out of that trade, that's not ready yet for a pullback. And SPY just created another all-time high. Next resistance here with AMD is this level 53.78. That's the high of the day. All right, new high of the day, AMD created some resistance there. This is heading to 154. So got stop out, and it looks like, let's see, the momentum for this one to push higher is there, 154. Some resistance happening. So for this quick move, those are again short sellers as well, covering. Waiting for SPY to give us a signal that we're okay to reshort. So we created, or what AMD did was double top, and then now let's see if that double top will be acting as a strong resistance. Getting my orders ready. All right, it's gonna be a short time now. Shorting AMD, and the reason why I'm doing that is look at what SPY did. Shooting star. So SPY had that pullback. So now our AMD, I restarted a short. Let's see if I can add to that position for a short. Added to my short with AMD. SPY created that shooting star, waiting for another pullback for SPY, so it can help our AMD trade. So AMD, we shorted it, and stop loss, of course, is going to be the high of the day. Let's see what it did on the pre-market. Pre-market went all the way to 154, which is the high of yesterday, and then pulled back. We just turned this one off. Waiting for another leg down for AMD. What else is moving? So here support is at 33. Waiting for that support to be broken. SPY losing momentum to push higher. 1 minute, we're locking volume here. Retesting that support again, 53.33. Boom. All right. Now at 28. SPY is due for a pullback. So momentum here is dying for AMD to push up. Look at this volume bar. There you go. Volume bar here is not supported for a push higher. And this is the pullback that we were waiting for. We get to see that just because of the volume bar with the SPY. So SPY is doing, wow. So that is the move that we were waiting for. We're waiting for an even a bigger move. So 153.12 acted as a support. SPY still has some momentum for a pullback. 5 minutes here. So we re-entered short, 53.43. This one is expected. This is the support right here. That's the low of that wick. Now we're gonna retest that support again, 53.14. Let's see. Expect some consolidation to happen here. SPY is just not gonna make it that easy, but SPY is now under the moving average. Now we do have that big order that went through 153, and that one was, let's see, quantity is 23,000 or 230,000 actually. So waiting for another leg down. Let's see, SPY. What percent is SPY up today? Up by $3.04. Now this can be very tricky. What SPY can do as well is those who are short to stop out those shorts. Okay. So now what we can observe here is the volume bar here. We're not having a lot of volume. Expect some consolidation to happen here. Some fake outs to happen too, because it's 10:53. So now we're entering into the time where it's not a quick and easy trade. It can be one of those that will take a while because of the volume bar. It's not there. So yeah, so as you can see, we're just doing the same routine, same trade all over again. And That's the reason why you don't have to complicate trading. Long as you have a setup, you have a bias that you can support with a solid strategy, your stop loss, we are dropping, then you can just rinse and repeat that. All right. Taking some partial here. We just lost that support. So took some partial, waiting for another drop here, 53. Come on. SPY now. All right, another drop here. Took another partial there. So now, yeah, we're just waiting for that move. But yeah, as I was saying, you don't have to complicate it, to complicate trading. You just have to rinse and repeat the strategy that had been working. And as long as you have an edge, you respect your stop loss, your support and resistance, your, you know, you're mindful of your number of shares that you have to take. Because the thing is, if you have too much shares, too much share size, I just went all out, then that will make you a scared trader. And a scared trader, it's hard to make money when you're a scared trader because you ordered or place an order that is too much of a big position. This is still gonna drop. That minute movement is already affecting your psychology. So that's why you want to be mindful of your share size, your stop loss, your entry, and yeah, just see what SPY is doing as well, because that's going to give you a big window of opportunity. If SPY is like this, all-time high, that little bit of a pullback. All right, so re-entered short here with AMD. Added to my position to the short. SPY now is retesting 565, still has a potential to test the VWAP. 5 minutes with AMD, looking good. And this will be our last trade here with AMD. $153, there is orders here, 150. Looking for a bigger drop, 151.13. So now I'm looking at the tape here, 12. There you go, perfect. It's awesome. Still lots of orders at the bid side. 53.17. SPY about to lose VWAP. And we are about to go below this pivot point. Perfect. So now let's just start covering. So just covering here, this is the drop that we've been waiting for. We are heading to that moving average. SPY is dropping like a rock. So this is what we've been waiting for. There you go. Awesome. And just covering. Now our momentum for this to drop is there. So this, oh my gosh, cover again. Look at this move. I don't even know if there's any news that's happening, but we are just basing it from the technical level. Technical level saying to us that it is overextended. SPY as well. So now I'm just covering here. But yeah, that's how you trade. What I like about shorting though, and you have to be very careful about that too. Shorting is like an elevator. It just drops so quickly where in fact for, comparing it to a long takes a while. It's like you're in a stairs. It's a little bit of a move, but once it shorting is like, yeah, taking the elevator down. Just looking at SPY here, looks like SPY found a little bit of a support there. So took another partial there. And then now we are, yeah. So I just have a very small position left, but we were able to ride that drop. And SPY still heading lower, which is reasonable because it's been an all-time high, and that's a huge gap here. It can't fill the gap. But with AMD, yeah, we are sitting nicely here. Just very small position to the short. I actually just wanted to see whether this thing is still gonna drop, but looks like SPY is now at the VWAP, so someone is supporting that. So with AMD, we only did 2 trades, AMD and long, AMD short. Very small position with AMD. I'm just trying to see if this thing is still gonna drop. All right, so while waiting for that drop, let's just do a recap. All right, so let's just put our stop loss at break even, and let's just do a recap. So, hi, good morning, everyone. It's September 17, 2024, 11 in the morning. I do have a meeting at 12. So, all right, it did not fill my stop loss here. So just waiting to get, yeah. So got stop out of AMD. So we traded only one stock today, AMD, and AMD, sure enough, did not disappoint. So what we have been seeing is how interesting, how the SPY had been very interesting. All-time high with SPY. Let's look at the daily. So daily with SPY just created that all-time high. Let's see, let's go all the way to weekly. And yeah, we've never reached that price before. So 565, and then it created that 566. So all-time high with SPY, very strong. And even at the daily, you have a huge gap up there. So even at the open, we were just watching all the gap up. I did open my computer at around 10, so a bit late to the party, but with the stock market, as long as you have a solid strategy, you wait for a setup, you can still be profitable. So what I've been looking at was, at first I was looking at SPY, very strong, and I look at the stocks that I was watching, which is Intel, PLTR, Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft, Coin, Mara, Dell. All of them have just been consolidating, but what I saw and caught my attention was AMD. So around almost 10, when I opened my computer, AMD already created this nice sell-off 153.76 all the way to 150. Now, when I see that it's such a huge candlestick, such a huge move that is almost close to the R4 all the way to S3, and at S3 it found that support. Now the best entry here to that support is this level because that's the first reversal. But again, I got up late, so opened the computer almost 10. So by the time I saw this AMD, it was already at this time. So a little bit late to the party, but that's the reason why I was starting to build up just a small position. So entered long, added to my position, added. And let's see here, I got a little paper handed there. So I needed to share some sales or shares. I needed to sold here, added to my position here. All right. Added to my position to the long, and then cover. So got a little bit paper handed here because my entry was not the best. Again, the best entry here is here, but since my entry is on the next candlestick, it's looking overextended to me. That's why a little bit paper handed, but I added to my position and was able to capture that move. So for that long, so initial position here was 151.64 all the way to 152.15. So more than 50 cents move. So we were able to capture that to the long. So that gave us 1200. Now, I was looking for a short as well, just because at the open, AMD was weak. Looking at the daily, we did had this inverted hammer yesterday, so I was short bias, so I started shorting it here, short, and was able to capture this drop right here. So that one was 152.63 and 152 point around 38. So almost 25, 30 cents move there. That was to the short. Next short here is this, because this is the red candlestick. I went short below that. Stop loss is just the high of this resistance, and I got stop out. So with that, I did have to give some profit back. So this one was a red trade here to the short, needed to give some profit back. I shorted again at this point, needed to give some profit back. I got stop out again. Now at this point, I was looking at SPY. SPY have a bigger pullback, so I re-entered again to the short, added to my position, covering 153.13. So initially 153.56 all the way to 153.13. So almost 35, 40 cents. I see the momentum for this to drop. So instead of just leaving it alone, I re-entered short. So re-entered short here and just starting to cover like crazy. So 153.13 drop in SPY happened. This one was the quick move, so was able to capture from 153.13 all the way to 152.51, more than 50 cents move there. So cover, and stop loss at my entry. So that coverage right there, we were able to get 1200 to the short side. So at this point, there's no trades to take with AMD because AMD can just test yesterday's high, 54.47, or it can just drop like a rock if SPY decides to fill the gap. So, plus we are entering time 11:09 where there will be a lot of fake out. So I wouldn't recommend any trades at this point. So this is how it looks like at the lower time frame. So lower time frame, you have this long covering, initially paper handed cover, well, selling, and all out at the VWAP, and then 1 minute short, cover, another short, got stop out, another short, got stop out. Now this time, looking at SPY, there is a potential for short for AMD. So short again, short, cover, and I needed to re-enter to the short and was able to capture this. So 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trade, and 4 trade. 4 out of 6 were green. This one was the fake out to the short, but was still able to manage green to the short and green to the long. So we only traded AMD, and that's pretty much it. So I was mentioning earlier, you don't have to complicate trading. You can just rinse and repeat whatever strategy, solid strategy that you have formed, and you just go from there. Actually, the easy money happens when you just do rinse and repeat, because what you've been doing is just sitting on the sideline waiting for your setup to form. And once that setup forms, you just enter and you just have your stop loss, being mindful of the share size that you're taking. And you don't want to be a scared trader, because scared trader means you bought or you sold so many share size that little moves is already making you palpitate. So you don't want to do that. You want to give the stock some leeway, some area to move, because that's what they do. It will consolidate, so you have to give into and factor that consolidation. So with that, I hope you guys had a green trading day, and apologies again for being late. I was preparing a contract last night, so was up until 3 in the morning just finalizing the contract. But yeah, with that, I hope you guys had a green trading day. And for those of you who's asking on where to begin on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's eCourse Unlock, and in that website, you can check our syllabus. We add to the content every week, so learning never stop. And just check it out and see. Hopefully, it can add some value to your day trading career. And if you guys have questions, please reach out, and we will be more than happy to help out. We do have that trade recap as well. And yeah, we are now venturing out to real estate. So it's exciting times. For the freebies, you can download this free top trading strategy that we made for you guys. So please check that one out. So again, thank you for your time, and we'll do this again next week. Thank you, and have a good one. Bye. to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living. Hi, my name is Mary and I'm a day trader. So what do you value the most? Is it family? Is it your relationship? Is it health? Is it growth? Or maybe a status? Or maybe a popularity? Is it achievement? Or is it security? Is it fulfillment? Or is it a passion? Is it a relationship, adventure, being creative, being able to do what you want at your own terms? Or just loving what you do, exploring the world, giving back, serving? Now the list can go on and on. What's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most? What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living. Hi, my name is Mary and I'm a day trader. So what do you value the most? Is it family? Is it your relationship? Is it health? Is it growth? Or maybe a status? Or maybe a